Hi, today I'm talking with Dr. Tom from NaturalNet. Our topic today is infertility. Now, Dr. Tom, it seems that a lot more couples are having trouble conceiving. What reasons would you say that's causing this to be such a big problem today, and is there any way to help solve this other than taking medication?
It certainly is a very common problem nowadays, much more than we ever used to hear about, and it's definitely a multifactorial type of a problem that goes on. The aspect of this is not just a female issue. This is definitely potentially the male is an important part of this type of thing. So the first part in dealing with it is to make sure all the parts are in place. The man is able to produce adequate numbers of sperm, and the woman basically has patented fallopian tubes and is ovulating, that type of thing. So if those first of all, if those are the problems, then that's one way that you have to deal with that initially to make sure that that's not what the problem is. If it is, then that becomes obvious that that's what you have to treat. But many couples that we've seen basically have all the parts. The woman does not have any type of physical blockage, and the man definitely has adequate sperm level and motility and that type of thing. So it's like, so why can't this couple conceive a child, even though they have sort of all the necessary components? That's when we start looking at other aspects of this, and it's not just the in the genital area that we need to look at, because unfortunately, more than one couple that I've seen, it's because of low thyroid function, or sometimes it's a case of low adrenal function that comes into play. Diet does play a huge role in this aspect. The actual body composition that the woman has, does she have the ability to deal with that? I think anxiety and stress plays a big role in this, especially for couples who've been trying to conceive for some period of time and get more and more frustrated that they're not getting pregnant, that type of thing. So there is I believe, definitely a nervous system component that's involved. There's a digestive system component involved. There is an additional probable likelihood that there's another endocrine piece to the overall puzzle. Why is it happening? If we look into the animal kingdom, we can look at the fact of just the environmental toxicity. They've looked at alligators and that in the Everglades in Florida, and why are there fewer conceptions and that type of thing. The pollution of the Everglades, they believe, is certainly reducing that particular population. And they look at other aspects of the animal. So environmental toxicity, which suggests that may be the first area that one has to address with the couple, is just looking at what's going on internally before they even attempt to conceive a child. So first of all, you make sure all the parts are there, and you have adequate. But since that often is not the issue, there's a whole other host of things that can be done, as opposed to just saying, well, you're just going to have to take Clomid or some other medication, which will cause multiple eggs to be released, which then leads to the potential of having multiple pregnancies during the time, which may or may not be desirable for the couple. So definitely other things can be looked at.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Tom.
You're welcome.